All right, yeah, we back with another one. Remember to check out Law and Crime. The link to the video will be in the description. Let's get it.
Photos were the thing that then led us to her as they kind of got out onto the children's social media, and then parents saw it and going, "What the heck is this? A nude teacher?"
A former middle school teacher admits to locking her classroom door and having sex with one of her students on graduation day. Michelle Solis had tried to deny the crime for more than a year. Now she's learned her punishment, and the DA who put her away is here to talk about how they found out about the crime. Welcome to Crime Fix. I'm Anjanette.
All right, before they get into that, if you're gonna do the unthinkable, why would you do it at the school? That's one part of it. Obviously, why would you do it at all? But at the school, it's almost like you're begging to get caught. Like I don't get the mentality that you're just like, oh well, we're gonna be at school, so why not just lock the classroom door? I mean, nobody heard of forensics before this or nothing.
Levy.
Crazy.
Michelle Solis was an 8th grade teacher in Gridley, California. She was trusted to teach and lead her students. Instead, the district attorney in Butte County said that she preyed on one of her students, a 14-year-old boy, and then had sex with him on graduation day. The incident happened back in June of 2021. Solis and the boy were 29 years apart in age. The DA says Solis, a wife and mother to 2 children herself, started following the boy on Instagram in the weeks leading up to graduation. The grooming started.
I'm sorry, I know they're about to get into it, but before they get into it, why is it that today, in the dating realm, we see a lot of women who are saying that they refuse to settle for less, they don't want to deal with anybody who's not on their level, so on and so forth, and then we have incidents like this. I can't comprehend what this is because that kid has no level, and they're also a kid. But yeah, let's go ahead.
Started with messages, and then Solis sent the boy explicit photos of herself. 4 to be exact. DA Mike Ramsey will join me in just a bit. Ramsey said at first the student kind of liked the attention that he was getting online from Michelle Solis.
Of course, he's
but
a
then
young
on
boy.
graduation day, Solis committed the ultimate act of betrayal. The 14-year-old boy was brought into her classroom at Sycamore Middle School in Gridley, and Solis locked the door and forced herself on that child. You're going to hear how that student felt about this right from Mike Ramsey. Time would pass, but rumors started to circulate in Gridley. It's a small town. And the photos that Solis had sent to the boy started making the rounds.
Okay, so I never understood this either. If you're going to do something that horrendous, why would you send photo evidence of what you're doing, especially to a child that's not going to be able to hold water? If you wanted to get away with it, I'm not even saying like that's okay, but I'm just saying if that was your intention, why would you send the kid pictures through your phone, which they can track? Makes no sense.
This was around October of 2023, more than 2 years later. Gridley police started investigating. Solis, knowing it was wrong, told the student to delete their messages.
Oh, now you
He
want to
did
delete
not.
them.
Police found the messages and the photos on the boy's Instagram account. At first, Solis denied all of this, but in the spring, she pleaded guilty to 1 count of sex with a minor. A judge last week sentenced Solis to the max, 4 years in a California state prison. Her attorney had argued that Solis should get probation because this was only one act.
First of all, that's wild. Probation shouldn't even be on the table. Furthermore, what are they saying is the motive to this? Like, did she get bored in her marriage? And if so, is there not a million other things that you could do other than mess with a child? I'm not really getting what the purpose of all this was. Because it's like, maybe, and this is just giving the benefit of the doubt, maybe the husband was losing attraction to her because she was looking crazy or what have you, getting older. Maybe she just didn't look like she used to. But even with that, that's still no excuse to do what she did. But let's get it.
Can you imagine? A teacher, someone trusted to teach and provide a safe environment for a student, argues to a judge, but I only forced myself on the kid one time. And in a classroom, no doubt. Unbelievable.
Keep in mind, y'all, the last lady only got 4 years, which the lady from the last video that I did, there was a lady from the last video I did that had the exact same sentence. Why do they keep giving such light sentences to certain people? I really want to know what the answer is to that, but let's get it.
Another teacher accused of sexually assaulting a young student. This time, it's a woman in her 30s at a North Carolina middle school. We're breaking down this latest case of alleged teacher misconduct with forensic psychiatrist Dr. Zeev Cohen.
And you at a middle school.
Presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse.
Kid's got to be between 12 and 15.
Let's talk about Heidi Monroe, a Spanish teacher who got fired from her job, arrested and locked up on a $400,000 bond after accusations that she raped a student. Now, Monroe, a married 37-year-old, originally from Colombia, she's been a teacher at Welcome Middle School in Greenville, North Carolina for 2 years. But after she was arrested on June 11th, she was suspended, but then her work visa was revoked and she was fired.
Yeah, absolutely.
So court
That makes
documents,
sense.
they cite this incident between Monroe and a 14-year-old student on April 5th. We don't know if the victim was male or female. We don't have a lot of details about
What is with them and these super young kids, 14, 13, 15, like just kids in general? What is going on? And then you're here, okay, you're here from a different country on a work visa, trying to quote unquote make a better life for yourself. If you're here in the country and you're not even a citizen, why are you thinking about committing crimes? Like what is the motive behind it? Like what's the thought process? It doesn't make any sense to me.
what happened here. Pitt County deputies say that the school resource officer started the investigation that led to her arrest. She was arraigned on 3 felony charges: statutory rape of a child under the age of 15, sexual activity with a student, and indecent liberties with a child. My research indicates that in North Carolina, to give you an idea of this, the rape charge, for example, is a Class B1 felony that usually has a sentencing range of 16 to 40 years in prison, but the max could even be life in prison for certain
now we're
offenses.
getting
So
the
you're
right
getting a sense of what we're dealing
numbers
with here.
now.
She's expected back in court later this week. Now, although we don't have a lot of details, there is still a lot to break down in this. So I want to bring on forensic psychiatrist Dr. Zeev Cohen. I'm so happy to have Dr. Cohen with us here on Sidebar.
I want to know,
because he performs and conducts fitness evaluations for teachers. My understanding, Dr. Cohen, is that can include teachers who have had allegations of sexually inappropriate behavior in their past?
you know what's even more worrying about all of this stuff, all of these videos that I keep reviewing? The fact that a lot of these women who are committing these crimes, they also have kids. So it's like, what stops them from doing the same thing to their own kids? Or what's to say that they have not been doing the same thing or are not planning to do the same thing to their own kids? I mean, that's very alarming. Like, a lot of these women have children. So I don't know what to make of that.
Exchanging nude photos and videos with a 15-year-old student. But months after her arrest, she's now facing another legal hurdle, as the student she's accused of abusing has filed a lawsuit against her.
So when I saw that he was suing her, one of the first thoughts I had was, this is a brave kid.
Last April, Emma Delaney Hancock was charged with 3 counts of soliciting to a minor and 2 counts of lewd or indecent acts with a child under 16. But the case would actually begin in October of 2022, when Hancock was a substitute teacher at Wellston Public School in Oklahoma. According to court records, Hancock began texting the 15-year-old boy in October of that year. The texting first started with Hancock asking the teen to send a copy of his school assignment. However, several weeks later, the former substitute reacted to a shirtless photo of the teen sent on Snapchat. After seeing the photo,
I'm not good. Like, she doesn't look like she would have an issue getting a date with a normal dude if she so chose to. Why? That's all I got to say.
Hancock replied, "Are we sending half-naked pictures now?" The 15-year-old replied, "I don't know. Are we?" Then Hancock answered, "Are you trying to get me to lose my job?" According to previous court documents, Hancock and the 15-year-old began swapping nude photos and sexually explicit videos before engaging in 2 separate physical encounters. The boy reportedly visited the classroom Hancock was teaching in during her lunch break, where they allegedly kissed inside the classroom closets, and the teacher allegedly groped the teen during at least one meeting.
So once again, we have another teacher that's in the school with the lewd acts. Like, it's almost like they don't really care. There's no way that you can care about getting caught doing things that way. There's no. I don't believe that.
Say meets the profile for a pedophile, a perpetrator. Oftentimes, when adults are taking advantage of children, they know what they're doing is
And
wrong, but they
obvious,
don't really
she's kind of
care.
married or something.
There's this pathology or their illness inside of their brain where they're seeking attention from children. Like you said, even in cases where she has a husband.
Sherry Botwin is a trauma therapist and the author of Stolen Childhoods, Thriving After Abuse. She says most victims don't report abuse for years and applauds the teen's courageousness for suing his abuser.
Well, first of all, most victims don't even tell their therapists their parents or their friends when something like this happens. You know, I've been working as a therapist for 28 years, and sometimes it takes clients years of working in therapy with me before they'll talk to me. There was a
Sorry,
woman.
hold on. I got to point this out. It says police chief wife is accused of molesting 15-year-old student. So this is the police chief's wife. How didn't they know? Like, how didn't they know? How didn't they know? He never noticed anything weird about his own wife?
Working with, who is in her late 20s now, and she actually just told me about having been abused by her teacher when she was 27 years old. So when I saw that he was suing her, one of the first thoughts I had was, this is a brave kid. This is a kid who maybe doesn't fully understand still the impact of what happened to him, but to be able to come forward and speak, especially in cases like this where it's really hard to prove that a crime has taken place, I think it's really important. And I think
I don't think it'd be hard to prove that, though. If they said that they had 2 separate sexual encounters, if they had any type of intercourse, then you have DNA evidence to suggest that they were intimate. Maybe I'm not understanding it correctly.
We are starting as a society to believe survivors, and I think we're also talking more.
Arrested in April of last year by the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigations.
Okay,
the state agency took
up.
over the case due to the fact that she is the wife of the Wellston police chief and the mayor's daughter. She pleaded not guilty to the charges and has since been released on a $50,000 bond. Fast forward to this year, the new civil lawsuit filed against Hancock in late June reveals more disturbing details. According to the suit, the 15-year-old's father was contacted by the Wellston Public Schools principal in early November of 2022 when the principal alerted the teen's father that a teacher was engaging in an inappropriate relationship with the 15-year-old, and the principal identified Hancock as the teacher involved. The suit states Wellston Public Schools.
If you're that big of a public figure as far as being the mayor's daughter, you're married to a police chief that's going to draw more attention to you, why would you find yourself doing things of this nature? Like, what would convince you that you, one, wouldn't get caught, but why would you find yourself even wrapped up in this type of stuff? You didn't bring shame to everybody who's involved or around you just by doing this.
Installed video surveillance cameras in the school's hallways and showed the teen's father a video from the security cameras. The video allegedly showed Hancock and the teen alone in a classroom for about 45 minutes. After the teen's father met with the principal, the teen confirmed that he was having a relationship with his teacher. According to the suit, the boy's father asked him to describe exactly what he meant by the word relationship, and the boy gave examples by explaining the ways Hancock sexually molested him while they were alone together in the classroom. Botwin explains while the teen may have described it as a relationship, in reality, an adult took advantage of the boy. sent photos of herself naked and from her bathtub on Snapchat. She allegedly sent the 15-year-old
Well,
a
that
picture of
Snapchat will
herself
get you
with
in
the
trouble.
blanket covering her breast, then sent another photo showing her breast when asked to move the blanket. Around October 25th of 2022, the suit says Hancock sent a fully nude photo of herself to the teen, and the teen sent a nude photo of himself back to her. And throughout that week, the two sent more nude photos to one another, as well as other sex-related videos on Snapchat.
You know what's weird to me? Most of these women have the same MO. They're using Snapchat. They're contacting them through the cell phone. They're sending videos. And it's like, isn't this bad publicity for Snapchat? Like, shouldn't this be the reason why they shut it down? Like, cause this is kind of like, I don't know. It's almost it seems like the overarching background to a lot of this stuff. The backdrop, Snapchat. I just don't understand.
On October 26th of 2022, when Hancock and the teen were alone together in the classroom for nearly an hour, she allegedly arranged the meetup by messaging another student on Snapchat and telling the student to inform the teen boy to go to her room at lunchtime because she had something for him, and even instructed the other student to keep it quiet. It was there Hancock and the teen boy allegedly engaged in various sex acts, which according to the suit, she physically touched and sexually molested the teen who was unable to give consent. Then more troubling details. Around October 30th of 2022, Hancock was assigned to sub for another class, and during the lunch break, she allowed the 15-year-old to use her vape pen, then suggested they make out, and went to a secluded area of the classroom where Hancock allegedly aggressively kissed the boy and sexually molested him, then proceeded to gift the teen with the vape pen for himself, which is illegal for any persons under 21 in Oklahoma.
So that's going to be another charge. It's like they just don't learn, man. Not only are you doing that, now you're giving the kid drugs or what's considered to be drugs for a kid. Like, this is not looking good at all. I don't know how her lawyer gonna get her up out of this. It don't look, I don't know, it don't look doable.
The suit then adds another instance when around November 3rd of 2022, Hancock was assigned to substitute again. She let the teen use her vape pen again and later allegedly kissed the student, putting her tongue in his mouth, then rubbed his private areas while having the boy grope her butt. The filing states the teen told another student friend about the sexual relationship with Hancock, and that friend confronted her asking if it was true. And while at first denied it, she then admitted to the other teen it was true. And Hancock reportedly expressed she wasn't concerned because they weren't going to get caught.
All right, y'all. So this is the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoyed what y'all saw. If you did, don't forget to hit me with a like. It only takes 2 seconds. It helps out the channel a bunch. And also, join the Discord. Link is in the description. Hit the notification bell. And please select all so you can get all my notifications whenever I upload. And don't forget to leave a comment. Let me know what you think of this. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.